organizations play, and I would like you to do it in the context of your organization specifically if possible, in addressing education and skilling needs outside the organizational boundaries? And who do you need to collaborate with to deliver whatever you're seeking to deliver in these two areas of education and skilling?
Very good afternoon. As far as the skilling is concerned, now we are into three business verticals. We manufacture high mobility vehicles, which as Prem have said, they are part of the operation Sindoor. We have our vehicles are there as part of the operation Sindoor also. So that's a very high technology driven high mobility vehicle. For producing such vehicles, we need high skilled manpower. And that skilled manpower basically consists of the engineers as well as the non-IT tradesmen. So we generally tie up with the IT in the vicinity of our factories, and we have adapted few ITIs where we take those students, they take 1 year course there, then they come back to our factory, we give them 1 year learning and some experience there in the factory, and then we engage them through this third-party service provider. And sometimes whenever there is requirement, you take them in the on roles also. As far as education, that is the tie-up with the educational institute. Basically, that is what, again, the skill gaps what we found, and then we go to the ITS and talk to them, and we go and impart what kind of skills we need. Those skills also we hire from them. And like for the senior people, like the executives who are there, for that we have tied up with the institutes like IITs and NITs and who research there. And we have set up chairs there, so they do research and then come back to industry for implementing those new initiatives. Because technology for us is very fast changing. We were into the metro and Vande Bharat sleeper coach, which is the first rolled out in the country. So we are the second step. One prototype we rolled out last year, and the second trench which was rolled out just 15 days back, which is going to be the lifeline for many of the commuters. We are into also other like mining equipments. That is also highly precision equipment with heavy equipments. In mining areas, what we do is generally tie up with the local institutes and bring those students. They work with our machineries, learn the things, and then we take them to the service provider again. So this is the education. I think we need to make them industry ready, because that so many automations are happening. So the vehicles, what we are producing, it is going, digital transformation is happening in that. More digitalization is happening in that. Like robotics, it is happening. So for that, the education institutes also should give us such type of talent. At least they should have basic curriculum there, so that they can come and work easily. They can be adaptable to the situation. Very important.
Thank you. So I wish to thank all the four speakers for your most valuable inputs. And now let's continue the relay race with the audience. So we would like now to open up the floor. My request is that when you have a question, if you could please tell us who you are, which organization you are representing, and which of the people on the dais do you wish to answer your question? Yeah, so I need some help, GP Garu, in identifying people. I can't see very well.
I am Prakash Sauriyappa. I represent HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. My question is to Mr. Salim. Sir, the last perspective that you were talking about in the future days to come, how to de-link performance and capability. Can you just delve deeper into that?
Yeah. See, we have been following a legacy or a system of the practices being followed within the HR vertical in terms of the normal PMS cycle, which we all practice. But ultimately, if you are looking for a future-ready workforce, or you are looking for a next-gen workforce, and if you are also targeting the aspirations of the next generation, then time has come where you will actually start looking into the process. So the focus of the fundamental issue is to look into the process, dealing it too. Because today we are talking about different org structures. We have moved away from the traditional old level-based structure to a more role-based structure, which will in any case going to happen. Most of the auto OEMs have already done it. We are in the process of doing it. That is part one. Part two is unless and until you dealing, because performance is something which is target-based. You achieve it or you don't achieve it, and accordingly you get rewarded. Capability is linked with your progression. Capability is linked with your actual earning, and not only earning, but your promotion or progression in the times to come.
Thank you both for the question and for the answer.
Yeah. So my name is Vikas. I am from Axis Bank. I have two questions, and other than Mr. Rajkamal, anybody can take this. My name is Vikas Rajiv.
No, sorry. So can you give us one question at a time, please?
Sure.
So give your first question.
So I see that in country today, and in context of Viksit Bharat, today in country we have around 1200 to 1300 universities, and most of the universities are still pursuing or promoting courses like BA, MA, etc. And all the panelists so far talked about technology and line over technology to make Viksit Bharat to production or 2% to 11%, etc. How are we bridging this gap where education is still in the range of learning about past, learning about history, learning about culture, whereas the growth levers are different. So what's the plan and how the industry veterans can bridge this gap? This is the first question. If time permits,
Yeah. So can you just give us at least, I'm incapable of absorbing more than one question at a time. Fortunately, I have not asked you to answer. I'm handing over the mic to my friend, Mr. Prince.
Thank you. That's a great question. So I think education and skilling or reskilling is one of the very important levers for Viksit Bharat. And maximum data, maximum improvement will actually come from this. Now you spoke about universities and about 1200 universities and not many of them really figuring in the top. I think one of the key reasons why we are still not competing effectively enough globally is because we are lacking in terms of focus on research, innovation. And I think that is where, and I build on the point that Salim made earlier on, that's where collaboration with institutions like Atal Innovation Mission comes very handy. We have been working very closely with AIM, but if I have to ask a question, how many organizations are actually leveraging such opportunities? It will be very, very small number. I think the point that I'm trying to drive is there are opportunities, but we just need to act, we just need to execute, we just need to drive. And we don't have a lot of time with us because, as I mentioned earlier on, 2047 we could not be a young country anymore. So the time to act is really now.
Okay, let me just add. You haven't asked me, but it so happens that I'm in a task force of the University Grants Commission. And the government is introducing something called the AEDP, Apprenticeship Embedded Degree Program, whereby they want over a period of time all degree programs, I mean they're talking about BCom, BA, BSc, those which don't have any links with industry, they want each one of them to have embedded as part of the requirement of the program an apprenticeship program with universities. So this will help the process of linking educational institutions with industrial requirements in a more organic form. And it will take a few years, but that's one concrete measure in addition to the ITIs and the IITs or the business schools. This will hopefully spread to the larger number of people, because the larger number of our people live in small tier 2, tier 3 kind of places, and the bulk of them are doing BA and BCom and BSc, which has very little link. So this is one thing I wanted to share. I think Kamal wants to add something.
So, Vikash, I know you didn't want me to answer, sorry I'm answering. I made the point that we were earlier, and I think that's the model that we need to change. We were learning and then working. Now I think with the models that the government is talking about, we work to learn. I think internship, AEDP and all of that is an indicative of that. And even organizations have to realize and recognize that learning will not be the old format of e-learning, structured classroom, large format like this. The ones that we are experimenting with, which is seeing traction, is the online Instagram reel bite-sized learning is seeing maximum traction. So we've got to think about also this format of what learning looks like and what is a classroom.
Thank you. Yes. Wonderful. So there are plenty of hands up. Oh wow, GP, Sabu, you will have to